So gotta love that. And we have the other Julie back here. She is 18 weeks preggo, so she's feeling good. All right, through that first trimester hump and not feeling so sick anymore, right? Yeah. That's good. All right, so we got Tara in the front here, and Tara is 26 weeks pregnant. 28. Sorry, 28. All right, she's 28 weeks pregnant. So we got all stages of pregnancy here. Second and third trimester, all right? But you can do this if you're in the first trimester as well, all right? All levels work out, so literally if you did nothing throughout your pregnancy, you know, you feel like you're not in good shape, this is a good workout for you. I know some of you guys, some of these girls are saying like, I've just been walking. That's okay, all right? This is not a very intense workout, all right? It's a great one to stretch out that posterior chain. It's gonna strengthen our core, all right? Little toning for the arms and shoulders, not much. If you want a little more toning, Tara and I shot a Figo Prego workout video. It was about 30 minutes, so check out for the link for that one below for some more guns toning, okay? But we're gonna get started with this one. It's 15 minutes, no excuses, okay? 45 seconds of work to 15 seconds of rest, 5 moves only. Are we ready, guys?
Ready.
All right, let's get started. Get that timer going. We're starting with a walkout. Nice yoga move. It's an expedited warm-up for us as well, okay? Ding, ding, here we go. Start with a nice inhale, we're gonna reach the arms up. Exhale, leave space for that belly. Step those feet out, guys. Walk it on out. We're gonna hold that plank for a moment at the bottom and then just reverse it. Walk it in. Stand it on up. Good. So the point of the Figo Fit 15, we're trying to get as many repetitions as we can get within that 45 seconds, all right? Walk it in. Stand it on up. Beautiful.
Too often, men give their opinion on things, and they have no leg to stand on. Quite honestly, a lot of people give opinions on things that have no merit whatsoever. But let's kind of turn the tide on something today, and let's make some changes moving forward and allow people to do what they want. Hi, my name is Devion, and today I'll be discussing the pros and cons of exercising during pregnancy. Now, I'm not pregnant. Hooray for me. But some of you are, and that's perfectly fine. Congratulations. But what are you doing now? What's the next step? It's important to understand that when it comes to being pregnant and wanting to exercise, you're perfectly within your right. You should want to be able to do what you should have the desire to do whatever it is you can physically put your body to, or emotionally deal with, or spiritually, whatever you want to call it. You are completely within your right to work out. So now what? You've been hearing so many different things. Oh, you shouldn't work out because of this. Oh, you shouldn't work out because of that. Oh, you shouldn't work out because of X, Y, and Z. But let's actually look at the facts. Now, I want to preface this entire conversation with the fact that I'm not a doctor, or do I have the desire to be one. But I am a Googler, and I'm also a reader. So I decided to put all this stuff together for you right here and right now. The ACOG, the American College of Obstetrician and Gynecologists, it's important to discuss exercise with your OBGYN. During your early prenatal visits, if your OBGYN gives you the okay to exercise, you can discuss what activities you can do safely. Now, let's take that. If they're telling you that you can exercise, what's stopping you? If you are healthy and pregnant and your pregnancy is normal, it is safe to continue or start regular physical activity. Physical activity does not increase your risk of miscarriage, low birth weight, or early delivery. Now, if we want to do a little bit more research on it, according to Healthline, there are some tips and tricks that you can utilize in order for your pregnancy to be as safe and as fun as you want it to be. Now, if we're looking for exercises that we want to do, right, it's the same as anybody that is a beginner. We want to stay away from overloading. We want to stay away from overworking, overheating. So anything with the word over in front of it, stay away from it. Staying active during pregnancy is good for you, good for your mind and body, unless you're considered high risk or have a health condition that prevents you from exercising. Your doctor will likely encourage you to remain active throughout your pregnancy. If you're generally healthy and experiencing a typical pregnancy, the ACLG, there's that name again, recommends participating in regular exercise with the following guidelines. A minimum of 150 minutes of aerobic exercise each week. This is equal to 30 minutes per day, 5 days per week. Add resistance exercises with weights, bands, or kettlebells at least 2 days a week. Include activities like brisk walking, light jogging, swimming, water aerobics, prenatal Pilates, prenatal yoga, resistance training with weights and bands, and cardio machines like elliptical trainers or recumbent bikes. And you want to know something? I really want to highlight this. Prenatal Pilates is actually probably the best benefit for you. Pilates is a very low impact exercise. There's literally no stress on your spine. There's no stress on your ankles, no stress on your wrists. They have little pads that you can insert behind you so you're not laying flat on your back, which we'll get into in a little bit. Is very beneficial because you're losing weight, you're maintaining the body that you want, and you're getting the body that you absolutely need. And it's also something that you can do right out of a pregnancy. Maybe not right out, probably about 6 to 8 weeks, but it's a normal time frame, normal window. If you start Pilates when you get pregnant, I guarantee you'll have a better experience with exercise while pregnant. Now, of course, like anything that we deal with in life, there's always a good and a bad side to certain things. Now, when it comes to being pregnant, I don't really see the downside to it. But once again, I've never been pregnant before, so maybe there is something that I'm missing. I mean, I understand morning sickness. I understand having random back pain. You know what? It doesn't sound that fun. But anyway, there are many benefits to exercising while pregnant, and it's usually safe for pregnant women. Working out while pregnant can reduce backaches, reduce constipation, bloating, and swelling, improve mood and energy, improve sleep, promote healthy pregnancy weight gain and post-pregnancy weight loss, strengthen heart and blood vessels, improve endurance, muscle tone, and overall fitness. So there's a lot of more benefits to sticking to a normal exercise routine. You don't have to go and start jumping off of boxes now that you're pregnant, because you really shouldn't. It's actually not safe unless you are a trained professional. Now, a couple of tips and tricks that we have in order to get yourself to where you want to be, or in order to get started in exercise. Maybe this is your first time stepping foot in the gym, which is perfectly fine. There's people that start these things over every single day. Start slow, or continue, or pick up those 2-pound dumbbells that you have in the garage and just get to moving. As long as you're moving and doing something, you're in a good spot, I promise. If you exercise regularly before pregnancy, it's generally safe to continue at the same level of intensity as long as you feel comfortable with it and your provider gives you the okay. I actually have a person, she's been weightlifting through all 3 of her pregnancies. She still does box jumps, she does hang clean, she runs, she does all these things, and you can tell that she does because as soon as she has her baby, it's like she never had a kid. And those things are genetics, and those things are something that you have to work at intensely. You have to have the intent in doing that in order to get the results that you're looking for. Now, we've discussed all of the pros for pregnancy. So let's discuss, not for pregnancy, but we've discussed all of the pros for exercising while pregnant. So now let's discuss the cons. Now, I know you've heard of the saying, too much of anything is bad, right? That's a perfect example of what we're about to get into. Because if we're being honest, there aren't too many cons to working out while pregnant. So we had to do a little bit of digging to find something just so I could have something to go against. So this is the results of over-exercising. Over-exercising is just like I said before. Anything with the word over before it is too much. Overeating, over-drinking, oversleeping. These are all negative things that we have that go on in life. Same thing with over-exercising. Now, women should... Some of the results of overexercising include, but are not limited to, excessive vaginal bleeding, amniotic fluid leakage, breathlessness with exertion, dizziness, severe chest pain, regular painful contractions, and muscle weakness. So that's really it for the cons. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like they're not terrible, because I wouldn't want excessive vaginal bleeding. That's not something that I'm interested in. However, once again, the rewards outweigh the cons for the situation. So it's just important, once again, to talk to your doctor about what is necessary for your body and what you can do moving forward. So going back to the benefits at hand, one of the major benefits of exercising while pregnant is to help stave off gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is diabetes that can be developed during your pregnancy. It usually happens within the first couple months. If you have a higher BMI, you're more susceptible to gestational diabetes. Now, according to Health Info and Health Engine, there are a couple more risks that we have to focus on. Premature contractions can potentially be induced by the hormones that are stimulated by exercise. Increased glucose consumption from working muscles could affect fetal glucose levels, which could lead to gestational diabetes. Exercise causes blood to be redistributed from internal organs to skeletal muscle, and as a result, there is a significant transient reduction in oxygen and nutrient delivery to the placental site. Also, good to note that when you exercise, your blood pressure gets elevated and your internal temperature is elevated, which isn't good for the baby either. Overheating will challenge maternal thermal regulation and is best avoided, especially in the first trimester. Therefore, participating in vigorous exercise in high temperature environments throughout pregnancy should be avoided. So those things include, but are not limited to, hot yoga, cycling, sprinting, and anything of the sort that can get your temperature to a level that could be considered dangerous. Now, after saying all that, I do understand that why some people are hesitant to do it, why some people are afraid. But it's important, and I keep saying this because I need to drive it home. It's important to talk to your doctor before you get started on any type of exercise. If you're currently exercising and you plan on being pregnant, go talk to your doctor. If you're pregnant and don't have a doctor, you need to change that, because you have to get checked all the time now that you're pregnant. It's quite frequent. It's probably once a month, and then once it gets to the baby being there, it's like once a week, and then every other day or something like that. So it's important to make sure that you're taking the steps, which I'll add the steps in at the end of the video. Right, to bring it all home, there are several risks that could happen. There are some risks with being pregnant and exercising. Some of those risks include premature contractions, increased glucose consumption, overheating, and a reduction in oxygen and nutrient delivery to the placental site. The most important part to understand is that there are a lot more rewards. You can stave off gestation. Rewards. You can stave off gestational diabetes. You can lower your blood pressure. You can. Wow, I'm drawing blanks on. So, in conclusion, exercising while pregnant, while there are some risks to it, there are far more rewards to it as well. So it's important to talk to your doctor about the necessary steps that should be taken before you begin exercise. If you are currently exercising, you should probably stop and talk to your doctor and talk to a personal trainer. Those would be the ones that would be the most beneficial for you. Then remember some of the rewards. You can stave off gestational diabetes. You can actually lower your BMI while you're pregnant. It'll make it easier during your contractions. You will be able to bounce back, so to speak. That's where you get the term snapback body. Some of the risks that come with it are for over-exercise would be excessive vaginal bleeding, possible premature contractions, and overheating. But it's important to regulate yourself and to make sure that you have your water bottle and somebody with you while you're exercising. So I do hope that this video really does help. I do hope that if you are pregnant or looking to get pregnant, that this is something that will help you along the way. Thank you.